Hey, what's up? This is Will C here with a new YouTube series for episode 1. This is called WWE What Ifs. What if certain things that were rumored to happen would have happened? What if certain things didn't happen? All what ifs. And for episode 1, I've based it off a almost scenario that almost happened, and Ric Flair has acknowledged it himself. What if the Nature Boy came to the World Wrestling Federation in 1988? He's acknowledged this himself, that he was close to jumping. His reason not was he was in his prime with his best friends, the Horsemen, in the NWA, WCW. He was the main eventer. He was comfortable there. But he said he was really close, and it would have been really interesting. Man, I think if he would have came to the WWF in '88, I think the whole '88 to '89 would have been totally different, played out different than what it really did. I think he was such a big star. I don't think he would have. I don't think they would have held him back from the main event too long. Well, all you old school fans know Macho Man won the title WrestleMania 4. I don't think Savage would get the year-long title reign from 4 to 5. My prediction for what the Federation would have did, I would say Macho Man probably has to defend the belt against Flair in SummerSlam '88, and he probably loses it to him. Ric Flair was, in my eyes at least, he was the number 2 top star behind Hulk Hogan. And so I would say Flair runs with the belt, and it would lead to Survivor Series '88. Savage would captain one team with Hillbilly, Coco, and Hercules, and on the other side, Flair would have DiBiase, Red Rooster, and Haku. And I could see a double elimination playing out there, making their feud really serious. I could see them, fighting all over the arena and stuff like that. Build up the feud a little bit, and then, during another match, I could see them actually coming back out into the arena and they're still brawling, just in the middle of a match. And I think it would have been a real personal feud. It would have led to a Royal Rumble rematch between Savage and Flair. And I think the WWF would have did the same storyline they did in '92 with Ric Flair claiming that he was with Elizabeth first before Macho Man was, and I don't know if you remember all the fake doctored photos that Flair had of there was these fake pictures of Elizabeth feeding him strawberries by the poolside there. It was a really good way to rile Savage up in '92. I imagine in '88 it would have been probably even better when Macho was in his prime. But that would be my prediction, that the Survivor Series would basically be a big lead up into a Royal Rumble rematch in which Flair would win, keep the belt, and similar to how Flair won his second belt in September '92, where Savage's knee was just completely wrecked during the match, and then Flair traps him in the figure 4, and Macho's too legit to quit, but I could see it being a referee stoppage after about 20 minutes, 22 minutes. I could see, Savage trapped in that figure 4, and Randy won't quit, but the ref feels like he has no choice but to stop the match and award it to Flair. And of course, this would lead to Flair calling out Hogan for WrestleMania 5. I just don't see how the WWF wouldn't pass on, the 2 biggest stars in the pro wrestling industry battling one-on-one for WrestleMania 5. And I think you could have actually probably ran a bigger building. Trump Plaza, which hosted WrestleMania 4 and 5, only held 15,000 people. You probably could have easily did 30 or 40,000 somewhere in Florida or Georgia or somewhere for the first Hogan Flair match. And obviously Hulk being a WWF guy, Vince guy, I think Hogan wins the title back at WrestleMania 5. And where it goes from there, I really wouldn't know. Would I look back as fondly at this as I would my childhood? No, definitely not. And I think it's because I really didn't know about the WCW or the NWA at all till about 92, 93-ish. I was a WWF guy. I never saw WCW on TV. I don't know about you, the WWF was the only stuff I knew till I was about 8, 9 years old, something like that. So that means, like, if Flair would have came in 88, we would have got no Mega Powers. One of the best, patient story told stories ever. Like, let me know how you think things would have went. I just don't. I guess I'm glad things played out the way they did. Flair was able to stay, helped Sting make a superstar in '88. We wouldn't have got Hogan Savage. What would WrestleMania 6 would have looked like? We still would have got Hulk and Warrior. I hope so. I think so. I think if Flair could have came in around 1990, then maybe you'd have Flair Hogan WrestleMania 7, and that could possibly beat the 68,000 Skydome had for Hulk and Warrior at WrestleMania 6. But yeah, I don't know. I'm glad things played out the way they did. But let me know, how do you think the World Wrestling Federation would have used Ric Flair in 1988? Do you think he would be jumping right into the title scene right away? Do you think he would have feuds with guys like Jake the Snake Roberts or Ultimate Warrior? Or do you think he would have a slow build to the title? Let me know how you think Flair would have been booked and used in 1988 and how it would have altered the time period around WrestleMania 5 there. I'd be interested to get your take on it. Thanks for watching. Episode 2 I'd like to do of WWE What Ifs is, what if The Rock never came back in 2011? What if, after 7 years gone, what if The Rock just said, I'm too busy, I don't have the time, I was, still feel insulted by, John Cena's insults about him never coming back, and wrestling was just a thing of my past. Like, how would WrestleMania 28 and 29 play out, the main events there? And yeah, well, thanks for watching. Let me know. I'll gladly get back to you. Peace.